are such hypocrites. Because if, God, I fucking love you. Fucking fat right now. I need to get exercise. I need to work on myself. I need to make you proud. And I need to make me proud. I need to make my kids proud. I need to make it all proud. But here we go. So, I have a question for y'all. Alright? Oh, there's my story. Okay. So that's working. Alright. So, if God, right? Now, please bear with me for a second, because you're really gonna like this, okay? Because this is where everything's so fucking hypocritical, right? God, I fucking love you. Oh, call me daddy every day, man. I'll call you mommy. I'll call you whatever you want me to call you. Fuck. So in the beginning, Eve created the heavens and earth. And this goes back to this conversation I had in one of my first YouTube videos where we was talking about with gods having sex. How the beginning of this really sounded like some serious Kama Sutra shit going on. And some kids being born and some primordial fucking gushing fucking water fountains of just delicious woman's sexuality going on. And one of the things I was sitting here thinking about was that if you really start to take apart some of these words and start to understand what these words meant so fucking long ago, and how some of these words that we use in the American English language are so far from their original meaning that it's fucking unreal. And then we have this concept that this woman who was made from Adam, her name is Eve, right? Her name is Eve. And her name is Eve because she is the mother of all the living. Now that's a really interesting concept to think about. It's a really, 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 really fucking interesting concept to think about. And it gives me such a fucking hard on. I love this because this in all essence, okay? In all essence, we don't know why Adam necessarily got his name, okay? But we do understand that his name means man, or mankind, or humankind, or of such simulation. So it is a word that already existed amongst the gods, and it was we're gonna call you Tool because, well, that's what we call all of our other tools. And since now you're a living tool, we're going to call you Tool, right? So insert word Adam, so on and so forth, right? But the interesting thing is that she is called Eve because there's this knowledge of existence of the creator of all the living. Now, this changes a lot of dynamics within the Bible. It changes a lot of the dynamics of who is who and what responsibilities are what, and as to whether or not Asherah, Asherah, I believe that might not be the correct pronunciation of it, might actually be Eve's sister-in-law and or sister. So that would constitute there being at least two, that fucking blew my mind, two female gods in the beginning of all of this. Okay, so the Asherah pools, and Asherah has been known as being God's wife, right? But you have Eve. So Eve may be God's mother, okay? So we have to consider this. Fuck, I love you. Jesus, Lord Almighty. Wow. Ah! This is fucking cool, guys. All right? So in the beginning, we have this fucking culmination of shit that's going to come cascading down once we start to realize that in Genesis, in the beginning, is ultimately the truth about a multitude of gods, if you will. Okay? Because Eve was given her name because she is the mother of all the living. Now, if you want to take some science into this, folks, okay? And then I got to finish getting ready and get out of here. If you want to take some science into this, there is teeming life in outer space, okay? There are organisms that have come to Earth and are a part of almost all living DNA on Earth as well. So, there is life teeming in outer space, right? So, in these waters that are separated from our water, or at least within our 100 light year long bubble that protects us, there is other teeming life in our galaxy, right? So, we haven't necessarily gotten out of our galaxy yet, but within our galaxy, there's a buttload of teeming life, right? So, if you think about this, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now, the heavens and the earth are both areas and places known to man by mankind, instructed by the gods to also be teeming with life, right? So all of this, within this, is to be understood. Not necessarily God created the heavens and earth, but we're talking about where stars are hung in the skies. We're talking about all of this other stuff, right? So we may be right out of the gate talking about two different gods, because the God that's specified exactly in the very first sentence is only suggestively, by the first sentence, responsible for heaven and earth, right? But then we go along and we have these kind of connotations and denotations of attitude and structure and ways of doing things. And I'm an ADHD person, right? And I've got some things that cause me to act and be able to understand things in a very vast different manner of ways. And I pick up on key things. I pick up on things all of a sudden that aren't right. I pick up on things that are dramatically not right. But then there are things that are supposed to be wrong that just need gardening, if you will. And they're not really wrong, okay? It's oppression. Oppression has taught you a lot of wrong things, wrong ways to feel, means of being abused and used and mistreated, okay, for the gains of their own. Now this happens in relationships, this happens in schooling, this happens in law, this happens all over the place, okay? And some of it could just simply be starting with the fact that they don't do their own homework. They don't care to, okay? They want to be fed and not to feed earth. All right, so aside from this, oh my God, this was fucking cool, because I got hammered last night with a reminder biblically what some aspects, not all of them, but some very, very loving and endearing reminders of what, I don't even know how to explain it to you, because I'm not an authority on love, okay? I'm not an authority on love. But what I can tell you is, like, it was a hand put over my mouth and reminded me that there's so much to love that you have to forgive. You have to forget. Because there's so much more fun that can still be done if you just love. And honestly, I was frustrated with my Bible. I was frustrated with my Bible because I thought I let my Bible down. I thought I let my studies down. And like I say, I always say this, and everybody gets so mad. I'm not a Christian, Catholic, or a Jew, but I love my book. Okay? I'm in this book, if you believe it. If you really believe it, if you really believe in that perpetual, eternal, never-ending, cannibalistic process that gets us here today through reincarnation, you have been here from the beginning, and you will be here to the end. You will be everywhere and nowhere, all at the same time. This really will happen. And if you believe it, it's fucking so eye-opening. But I thought I had let my Bible down. I did. I thought that the ability to manifest and create goodness in my life had come to an end. I know it's so sadly wrong. So there is the Big Bang Theory, right? Big Bang Theory. Oh my. That's one hell of a fucking waterfall and orgasm bar. Good job, Dad. Good job, Dad. Hell. It's her stepson? Fuck it. Good job, brother. Right? If it's Unc, fuck Unc. Damn. Watch out, Daddy gonna come for you. But, well, at that point, then Unc's dead. You never know, right? That shit could get interesting. Who gave Ma that orgasm? I want to learn that shit, right? So, oh, that's a good morning story for y'all. Have a good day.